G'day guys, Luke here from Australian Off-Road. Alrighty, quick video to try and keep up with these videos. We know we're getting good feedback on these, so we're trying to do them as much as possible. One thing that gets highlighted quite a lot and is hard for people, especially when they can't do their meetings face to face, is internal colours. So what we've done is we've kind of set out the options on the table so we can kind of talk about what the selections are, and then we're actually going to run you through a couple of trailers just so you've got examples of these colours in different trailers. So first thing I'll highlight, which is probably the most confusing part in terms of internal colours, is the way we list it in the portal is internal module colour. So that's going to refer to these four colours that we've got here. Now your internal module colour, to put it in simple context, is going to be basically the seating area. So this is going to change obviously trailer to trailer, but in a nutshell you have a colour for your seating area, and then you have a colour for, in quantum terms, the rear vanity, or in your Matrix Odyssey terms, Auroras, it's your kitchen area. So we kind of segregate the van into two, and then obviously that becomes module colour for your seating area in terms of that cabinetry colour or your seat bases, and then you'll have your kitchen colour for where your kitchen drawers and things like that are going to be. Now, four choices in colours. So we've got mocha, which is kind of your caramelly brown colour. We've got the dove grey, which I always highlight as being very similar to the external dove grey, so light grey basically. And then we have the slate, which is going to be a dark grey. And then we have alabaster, which in a nutshell is white. Now, as a rule of thumb, I'm going to refer to a quantum just because it is our most popular trailer. The rear vanity in a quantum, so the set of the drawers at the side of the shower cubicle, would tend to be alabaster. Now, that doesn't say that you have to have them alabaster, but as a rule of thumb, that's what we tend to do them. And then the module colour, again referring to a quantum, would be the cabinetry for all the seat bases running into the drawers underneath the bed. So that's where, for instance, you could pick one of these three colours, or you could keep everything white. Or if you wanted to, if you for instance chose, let's say, slate as your module colour, but you also wanted the drawers at the back of the van to be slate as well, so you don't want to kind of follow the trend of alabaster, then slate becomes the colour for both sections. So hopefully that's clear, but again, once we jump in some trailers, I can start to highlight this a bit more. So module colours, you've got choice of four. That's always going to be the case. Mocha, dove, slate, alabaster. Rolling on from module colours, we've then got bench tops. Now, as you'll see, I've got two sets of samples out here. Now, at present in the Odyssey, the Quantum range, and starting pretty much now with the Matrix range, we are offering the acrylic bench tops, which is the ones that you can see now. Now, the difference with the acrylic is just the style of bench top. So they're classed as a Korean bench top, which is kind of the newer way of doing things. They're nice and slimline in terms of being 10mm thick, but they're almost like a stone effect, so they look a lot more modern. And the beauty for us is you can actually polish them, so as you get scratches and things like that, they are longevity wise more maintenance friendly, should I say. Now, to make it easier, what we've kind of run with over the years would be the two off to the right here. So we've got pure mineral stone as your lighter option, we've got the black marble as your darker option. Now, if we kind of do a shot of both of these together in terms of mineral stone, black marble, and then your acrylic as well, you will see in a nutshell we've got a light option and a dark option. So at present, the Laminex options, which are the two bottom options, are going to still be your options in your Synergy and the Aurora. And we will slowly be transferring into the acrylic because our plan is to kind of get that across the board, but it is quite a big operation to get that into every trailer. So darker option, lighter option, we're pretty much going to be Odyssey through to Matrix as you're going to be choosing your acrylic, which is either silver birch, very, very similar to the old school mineral stone that we've used for a lot of years, and then you've got your night sky in the acrylic, which again is somewhat similar to the black marble. If you're working in between Synergy and Aurora, then at present, the way I'm doing it is I'm signing people off with a selection of a Laminex, so either the pure mineral stone or the black marble, but I'm putting in there that the preference is, if it is acrylic, of what your preference would be. And then obviously, if we come to build your trailer, which could be obviously a couple of months after sign off, we may have got to that point where we are starting to utilize acrylic, and then obviously, if that's on there on the order, then we can highlight and we'll work towards getting the acrylic in there. So hopefully that makes sense, but in a nutshell, you've got two choices of bench top. Once you've chose your bench top, you do have in the pop tops, this only refers to what we call a felt colour. So in your pop tops, you've got your pelmet that runs across the top of the body, and then you've also got the roof section. Now there is two colours there, which is a beige or a grey. Now in a nutshell, coming back to module colours, the beige felt colour really is tailored towards mocha, because you've got a lighter, almost a tan sandy colour with the brown caramel colour. And then as a rule of thumb, you would tend to do the grey felt with either Dove, Slate or white. That doesn't say you have to, but that as a general rule of thumb would be the way it goes. In terms of hard tops, you're the white vinyl the whole way through, the walls, the overheads, the roof, so you don't have to worry about felt colour. I will touch on felts when we go into some pop tops. So then the last part of internal colours would be your upholstery choice. Now, standard as a rule of thumb is going to be the Warwick fabrics, where you can see obviously there is quite a plethora of colours there, whether you want to introduce some actual colours or you want to stick more towards the common trend of greys, entirely up to you. You can jump on the website and actually find these yourself to have a look at samples and things like that, which sometimes helps people when they can't see these in person. The range, just so you know, is called Key Largo with a K. So you type into Google Warwick, you then type in Key Largo range, and you will find your selections of what you can have in these choices. Any choice is going to be standard, no additional cost. The costing comes into play if you want to transfer over to leather. So again, with your leathers, you've got quite a plethora of choices. The leather range is Shan leather, as you can see, and then the actual selection in that is called San Diego. So same thing as what I highlighted here. If you jump into Google, you type in Shan leather and then you put in San Diego range, whatever color you find in San Diego, you can have. So you'll see on there, it's highlighted as San Diego, and then that particular color would be Derwent. Yep. There's always going to be an upgrade fee to go to leather. No cost, just to highlight that again, for the Warwick of fabrics. Entirely up to you. It is a preference, same as when you buy a car. Obviously some people like the fabrics in terms of they don't really get impacted by climate, so if it's cold, it's hot, doesn't really matter. But obviously in terms of stains and longevity, some people lean to the leather for that favour, especially if they're travelling with kids or grandkids. There is advantages to leather for the cleaning aspect, but in terms of climate, it obviously can be a bit stickier in hotter climates, it can be a bit cooler in lighter climates. So yeah, whatever suits in terms of your preference. So as an overview there, we've kind of covered cabinetry choice colours, or module colours as we call them in our world, upholstery colours, and then bench top. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump in a few different trailers and kind of highlight where these colours stand out, and then obviously show you them in person, so then you can make some choices from there. So straight away we're going to jump in a Synergy first. So in terms of Synergy, so if I turn some lights on, so with the Synergy, obviously we do have a kitchen internal, so this will be similar reference to an Aurora and a Matrix, being that they do have internal kitchens. As you can see, this particular customer has stuck with the alabaster, the white, for their kitchen, which is going to be all the drawers underneath the bench top are realistically going to follow that colour choice. So alabaster here, or even if you want to make it easier, splitting it to sides. So driver's side of the trailer in this case is going to be alabaster, and then their module colour, which is the seating area flowing into the beds, they've actually selected the Dove colour. And again, as I've highlighted earlier, with the Synergies, we're not quite ready for the acrylic as yet. So this particular one, bench top and table, whatever is selected for the bench top will also flow through into your table, and that'll be in all trailers. And again, this particular customer's gone with the pure mineral stone, so the lighter option. So Dove modules, the light grey, alabaster kitchen, pure mineral stone bench top. Obviously the upholstery is not in this one as yet, so I'm not quite sure what they've selected there, but really at this point it's just significantly outlining the differences between module colours and kitchen colours. Shower doors will always be white, so regardless of what trailer it is, if it's got an internal shower, that door's going to be white. And obviously in your hardtop trailers, the internal walls are always white, so yeah, you don't have to worry about selecting any colours kind of overhead, that'll always be your white vinyl. So trailer number 2 is going to be a Matrix. Now this particular trailer has got the mocha cabinetry, so again, referring back to what we touched on earlier, seating area being the mocha, which is a caramelly brown colour, that'll flow in the matrix into the underbed drawers as well. So you'll see there that the drawers underneath the bed will also be that module colour that you select. So seating area, and then the kitchen again in this one is alabaster. So just highlighting this again, it doesn't mean you have to select white. That just seems to be the common trend to kind of split the colours. But if you wanted it to be for instance all mocha, then that could be done if you so choose. And then this one, we've actually got the mushroom leather as well. Pure mineral stone bench tops, being that it's a slightly older trailer. This now in terms of matrix world would be your acrylic. And then you will also see, which I like to highlight in the matrix, is whatever is selected for this module colour, so seating area and underbed drawers, that's the module, will also flow into the kick panel of the kitchen area. So the main kitchen drawers themselves will be alabaster, the white, or whatever's selected, but you'll see underneath there that the mocha is actually flowing as well. So in your matrix, whatever is selected for the module colour will also be the kick panel through the kitchen area. Floor is always kind of your timber effect, your browny kind of timber colour, so that has slightly changed over the years, but it'll always be of some format of that kind of style of flooring. So there's no choices there, just to highlight that. Sticking with another hard top, I promise I'll show you a pop top eventually, but if you're seeing this one, they've gone with the slate. So again, module colour is going to be that seating area flowing into the drawers under the bed. So this is all the darker grey, the slate. And then again, this particular customer is stuck with the white for the kitchen. And you'll see again that kick panel is following that module colour, which in this case is slate. And then just last thing in this one is the seating. So this customer's stuck with the fabric, and this is actually anthracite, which is a very common pick. So your anthracite is kind of a dark grey, but it's not very, very dark like some of the options. But obviously dark enough that it's not going to show any stains. So anthracite seating, slate modules with alabaster kitchen. Flooring, as you'll see, is exactly the same as the previous trailer. So I promised you a pop top. So we've got a little Odyssey here. Now what I like about this one, which is just a good example, is module colour is being selected as the dove grey. But if you see, this particular customer has also selected the kitchen area, which as a rule of thumb and what we've seen in the previous trailer has been alabaster. They've kept the dove throughout everything. So all the cabinetry in this trailer now, module colour and kitchen, is all dove. Yep, now bench tops, being that this was before we transitioned to the acrylic of the pure mineral stone, and you'll see just one thing highlighting between the difference with the acrylic and the old school Laminex is that the thickness. So these are quite thick bench tops, so actually 32mm thick, whereas the new acrylic bench tops are 10mm, so they do look a lot more modern, just being that slimline style. And then in terms of roof felt, so being that we're in a pop top, the roof felt, this is what we're referring to. So your pelmet colour, where obviously all your lights are in, that is the grey. So again, kind of sticking with the trend, because this particular customer has gone grey through the module and the kitchen. They've gone with the grey felt, and you'll see that on the roof as well. So it is quite a light grey. The beige, as I say, would tend to kind of stick with the mocha, but just so you kind of know what that is when you're making these selections, when you see felt, that is going to refer to this pelmet and then the colour on your roof. Again, we've stuck with fabric upholstery, and I could be wrong, but I do believe this one is Storm. So Storm is kind of your bluey green effect. It has kind of a different shade when you look at it in different lights, but yeah, that would be the Storm. So we've just had a look at the Odyssey pop top, which highlighted the full dove cabinetry. Another pop top more referring to the quantum, which is kind of what I referred a lot to when we were looking at the samples on the table. Good thing about this one is it's all white, so we get to see an all alabaster trailer. So rear vanity, which we class as the rear vanity, being that this doesn't have an internal kitchen in the Quantum, is alabaster. Again, doesn't have to be alabaster, it's entirely up to you, but that would kind of follow the trend that we've done over the years. And then this particular customer's gone alabaster for all the seat modules, so you'll obviously see that white throughout the whole of the trailer. So into the 3 drawers under the bed, the seat bases running from driver's side and passenger side. And then their particular fabric again is anthracite, so that is quite a common pick. So if you are looking at the samples online, that one's anthracite. Really nice grey, obviously dark, but not too dark. And then again, same as the last trailer we were in, we've got the grey pelmets with the grey roof. So that'll be regarded as your felt colour. And then this particular one, just so you can see it in person, being that it is a Quantum, will have the acrylic bench top, so you'll obviously see the thickness compared to the ones that I outlined in the previous trailer. And again, that is the silver birch. So your silver birch is your lighter option, the night sky is going to be the darker option. We don't have the table in this trailer at the minute, but again, table would follow whatever you select for your bench top colour. So alabaster for all modules, so module colour and rear vanity, silver birch bench tops, roof felt is going to be the grey, and then anthracite fabric seating. So that basically shows you every option. So we've done the Mocha in the Matrix, we did the Dove in the Synergy and the Odyssey, we did the Slate, and then we've shown you the full white as well. So yeah, we'll obviously highlight over to some colours that we'll show you through the factory now, just so you can see a few different colours side by side in terms of in actual modules, so then you can really see the difference in the shade. Alrighty, so we've got some of our modules made up, so hopefully this kind of emphasises the reason why we still class it as modules when we look at the portal, because we actually make these up outside of the trailer. So this is actually, believe it or not, going to become a seat. This will be the seat base. Obviously it's a lot easier for us when we're manufacturing this to make it outside of the trailer and then bring it in as a completed unit. So you've got alabaster, and then we've got the Mocha just to the side of it, so you can kind of see, if we stand back and we show you, you can kind of see your white compared to your Mocha. So if we say Dove versus Slate, that shows you the difference in obviously colour tone, just on a larger scale rather than working on the little sample blocks. So you've got your Dove to the right, you've got your Slate to the left, so obviously dark grey, light grey. And then when a lot of people when they see the Dove in the trailers online, they actually think the Dove is white. So that shows you a true, obviously, emphasis of how the Dove is different to the alabaster, so the white. So Dove on the right, alabaster on the left. And then just as an overview, and last thing is going to be your bench tops. So obviously these are still all wrapped up at the minute because they're not in trailers, but that shows you your acrylic bench top in terms of the night sky and obviously the thickness. And then we've got the lighter option in the silver birch. So whether you're looking at this from just looking at a trailer and want to see the different options, or whether you're actually got an order in the system and you just want to start to look at colour choices, so you obviously know what you're doing when you come to make these selections, hopefully that kind of highlights the difference for you and just makes them selections easier. If you do your meetings in person, we're going to show you this in person, but hopefully this should make it easier for them people doing it all either through video meetings or through the phone. So hopefully that helps, guys. Thank you.